Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. So outside of my house I have two of these Woodford faucets and they both work technically, but they both also leak. This particular faucet is off for the season because we turn them off in the winter, but whenever it is on it drips a little bit when it's off, but also when you turn the water on a bunch of water just comes through the handle and it's really annoying. Kind of affects the water pressure. Instead of replacing the whole thing, which is a little bit more tedious, I ended up buying some valve stems and replacement packing just to put in these, and that should solve our problem for a little cheaper and also a much simpler process. So let's go ahead and do it. So I'm down in my basement utility room. So that's the faucet and that's where it's mounted on the outside of the house. This is the shut-off valve. Obviously, before you do anything like this, you always want to turn the water off, because if you were to just disassemble a faucet that is still pressurized, you would have quite a mess on your hands. So definitely turn off the water right there. So this is what I purchased, and here's the prices. I bought two of these packing things. So they're basically just gaskets that go around the valve stem so that way water doesn't shoot out of the handle. And these were $3 each. A little much, but that's fine. And then I bought two of these valve stems. The faucets outside of my house are not the same. The one in the back is a what is it? It's a 10-inch valve or 6-inch valve stem, and then the one over here is 10 inches. Also, it's important to note that these dimensions are not actually accurate, like to the actual literal dimensions of it. So this 6-inch valve stem is not actually 6 inches. From end to end, it is 7 7/8. So just make sure you note that. But I ended up buying these. It cost me a total of about $42, which is not the worst. So I'm gonna go ahead and just remove this handle. So there's a screw in the middle here. If you haven't ever disassembled this thing, it's definitely going to be quite a process to remove, because there's probably going to be like dirt and bugs and all sorts of stuff that is unpleasant. Make sure to not lose the screw in the handle, because it is quite a pain to find, especially if you did not buy a replacement handle and you are only replacing the assembly. So now you need some sort of wrench. Obviously the appropriate wrench is probably not a pair of channel locks, but that's what I'm going to use because they're kind of just one size fits all. So just kind of do that. And then since I've already disassembled this one in the past, it is pretty simple, but this would be a little more tedious. So there you go. And then this is the actual valve stem assembly. So you probably want to maybe use the handle to turn this, but in this case it is fairly loose. And we're going to just kind of pull this. It is quite annoying to pull these things out. There it is. So this is the old assembly. I'm pretty sure you're able to just replace the little gasket at the end there, which honestly probably would have been cheaper, but in this case I just decided to replace the whole thing. So see, the new one versus the old one, they are the same thing, just different sizes. The new one is actually like, it's got like this swivel action, and both of them do that, so I know it's not just like broken. But push that in, makes a bit of a funny noise. Could use the actual like valve handle to do this. So now we're just kind of tightening it down to that. And I'm going to put this thing on. And then I believe we need that EDPM packing to go around here. So this is what prevents water from coming through the handle, which is good because you don't want water coming through the handle. So now go ahead and put the little nut here thing back on the collar. So that's all tightened down. So now all we have to do is just put this handle back on, which should be the most simple part of this process. Just make sure that slides on. And also, just for fun, yeah, there you guys. All right, and that should be good. I think it's fully closed right now. Nice. So I'm at the back of my house. I have the exact same situation here. This one also leaks through the handle. This one also wouldn't even turn. I had to like really force it to get it to move. But the valve stem I think is cooked. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take this whole thing out. Same thing, let's go ahead and remove this little collar nut. So that's this one, and you can see this one is significantly shorter than the other one, but this is a 6-inch valve stem, so I am going to go ahead and clean this one out because I believe this one has had some dust in it, so, or dirt in it, which is why it was sealed shut. Just using a water fire extinguisher. Probably not the best idea to spray, you know, dirty water into a clean plumbing system, but you know, especially since this is the backflow preventer. But that's probably fine. I don't think anything's gonna happen, hopefully. So now I'm just gonna screw that in. Went ahead and got the valve stem and that EDPM packing in, so now I'm gonna go ahead and put this little nut around the collar on. There it is. So we got a nice new faucet valve stem on both of these, so now we just got to turn the water on just to make sure that this is fully tightened. Yeah, that feels nice. Alright, so I went ahead and turned on the water, and so far it does not look like there's any... Okay, well, it did just drip, but I think that is because I put some water on it earlier, so let's turn it on. Nice. Yeah, we got flow. Alright, good. Alright, so we're at the front of the house now. Let's try this one. You can see we have no leakage around the handle. That's good. And then once you close the valve, you can feel that tolerance. So that's how you know it's good. Alright, that's it.